Hey guys, Strong Style Studios back again. It's Alex.
Justin the Orange Dream.
And it's me, Noah.
And we're here with another episode of Running the Ropes. I think this was episode 19 or 20, whatever. Almost allowed to drink. So.
Who's keeping track?
I am, because I'm the one that
you
uploads
are.
them.
You are.
Alright, on this show we got more WWE news. We got a preview for the next ROH house show, which we will be attending. PWG news, a little talk about AAW for the first time, and Pro Wrestling, or New Japan Pro Wrestling, and their big show, Wrestle Kingdom, which is coming up next year, but they've already announced some matches for the card. Let's start things off with the hottest issue right now, which is WWE and their Big Show storyline, which is that they have rehired the Big Show after banning him from life.
For what, a week?
For a week. Yeah, like half a week. Not even that. And, yeah, he's now in the main event of Survivor Series, taking on Randy Orton for the WWE title. Oh, boy.
In just a match?
In just a match right now.
Okay.
This coming off the heels of the Daniel Bryan feud, which a lot of people were really upset about how that ended, including us. And, this whole thing just is really baffling to me that they're putting Big Show in the main event. Again, it's that yearly Big Show push they do every fucking year.
It's always around this time, too.
Yeah.
And then they wonder why business is down this time of year.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Has Big Show, I mean, outside of WCW, has he ever really drawn?
No.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I mean...
What did they go... It's like, I understand going back to the well. Like, you go back to the well with Cena and Orton, but Big Show? Really?
Yeah, Big Show's always been, like, there, but he's never been the guy people really want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, like, when we first started, there was, like, Rock, Stone Cold, all them. Now we got Cena, Orton, now Daniel Bryan, maybe.
CM Punk.
CM Punk. Yeah, he's always been... Like, he's the last guy I want to see anymore, to be frank.
Right.
Few other things, interesting things, like one is like the Authority, that's what their group's called now, I guess. Triple H faction. They've introduced Kane as the new Director of Operations, whatever the hell that means. And basically he's wearing a suit and tie now. Which you are kind of opposed to it originally, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because it doesn't make any sense from... He got attacked by the Wyatts.
No.
And now he's a corporate guy. Like,
Yeah.
what happened in the meantime? He just kind of like took a couple months off to decide he wanted to wear a suit.
Yeah. My one thing is this, is that if this is the way that they're going to write Kane off of wrestling from now on, like he's going to be like a authority figure kind of thing, I'm kind of willing to see what they go with it, but, you know, this could be bad. So.
Well, I mean, it's not like Kane can cut a promo.
That's what I was going to
that's
say,
the
yeah.
thing, too.
Kane as just an on-screen, I would rather him not be on my screen.
Right.
Yeah. It is an interesting way to keep him out of the wrestling ring, though. But yeah, it's like he's not really that much of a promo guy. So.
No.
Although he was pretty good, like when he had that whole, like big push in 2011, I think it was. No, 2010, like when the Undertaker storyline thing happened.
I don't remember it.
Okay, it wasn't that great because they fucked up the end, but it started up pretty good. Anyway, but the one thing that like this is a rumor, so we might be stirring the pot here, but fuck it, we're gonna do it anyway. Is that
I always do.
yeah? Is that they're putting the Big Show in this position, and they're putting like Khali on television more, which is exactly what we want to fucking see, because of this idea that like we the audience want to see larger than life athletes on television, and we don't really like the idea of Daniel Bryan and CM Punk being the main eventers because we don't think they're larger than life athletes. Now, if that's true, that they think that, they are the biggest bunch of fucking morons I've ever seen on the planet. Because let me tell you right now, you take a look at like this past Monday Night Raw. CM Punk, Daniel Bryan were in the opening segment for like 15 minutes. That was the loudest the crowd got all goddamn night, and they didn't get that loud again. Not when the Big Show was out there, not when Cena was out there. For Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, that crowd was on their fucking feet chanting yes. They were not on their feet cheering for the Big Show. They don't give a shit about the Big Show. So why are you telling me that the audience doesn't like Daniel Bryan and CM Punk as much as the Big Show? You know why your pay-per-view buys did so shitty the past few months? Because they were shitty shows, and we didn't want to buy them. The only reason we actually watched those shows is probably because of Daniel Bryan and Orton in the main event, because we like Daniel Bryan. Learn to fucking realize what your audience wants. Don't give them what you think we want.
Well, my question is, okay, this whole bigger guys is better thing, I mean, is John Cena, like, he's not a monster, he's like, he's, a muscular guy, he's not like, bigger guys like Big Show, to the audience, like, the audience clearly wants to see a guy like John Cena over Big Show, too.
Right.
So, I don't understand this, why these big guys, has a monster guy ever truly drawn since, like, Andre the Giant, that I can even think
Maybe
of?
The Undertaker. But
he was never, like...
yeah.
We're not talking, like Khali.
Yeah, no.
Big Show.
Never.
No.
Yeah. So I don't know what they're basing that off.
I don't buy into that whole larger than life thing. I think
I think that's pretty
very
80s.
old school wrestling mentality, and I think that's one of WWE's biggest problems is they don't know how to evolve with culture at all. They think, oh well, that didn't work, so we're gonna have to just go back to that other thing we used to do.
Yeah. And since Hulk Hogan in the 80s, early 90s, the audiences, in my opinion, have seemed to gravitate towards the guys that they can relate to. You have Stone Cold Steve Austin, the everyman guy fighting against corporations. CM Punk, similar vein, smaller guy. Daniel Bryan, smaller guy. Just people that they can identify with.
Even guys like Bret Hart, he was a big guy.
Yeah.
Shawn Michaels was a big guy.
Even to an extent, John Cena, for when he was first starting out, it's like he was a guy who was a wrestling fan, he was kind of like the anti-authority figure for a long time. So
yeah, I don't understand that.
No, they're just fucking close. Now I hope this is all bullshit, and that at the end of the day, Daniel Bryan will be in the main event again. This is just a slight detour, but just like the mentality that bigger athletes is what the audience want is complete bullshit. Because nobody's scrambling to see the Big Show in a main event.
Even if they wanted bigger athletes, are these the best big athletes? I mean, Big Show and Khali are not the most exciting.
No,
I understand that people would like to see big guys that can work. I mean, guys like Mark Henry, and stuff. He's huge and people like to see him, but that doesn't mean that they like to see big guys only. Just because we like one big guy and he does his job, fits his role well, that doesn't mean that we only want to see big guys. You hear that David versus Goliath. You hear people talk about that constantly in wrestling. Oh, wrestling needs to be like David versus Goliath. Well, you gotta have fucking David, don't you?
That's a good point. That's a really good point. Yes.
All right.
Okay, well.
Moving onward and upward.
I apologize for my rant, but it was.
All right. It was.
Everything you said was legit. I concur.
Okay. Well, speaking of W not knowing what the fuck they're doing, a recent talent. Yeah, well, WWE has released a top tier talent, which was Cassius Ohno, aka Chris Hero. We're no longer going to call him by that name because that name sucked. Chris Hero was released from the WWE from his NXT developmental deal. After spending 2 years there and basically never really growing out of the ranks he was in, because for one reason they didn't think he had the motivation to get work on his physique, even though the guy looks like a fucking $1 million and can wrestle like $1 million,
It goes back to that big guy.
Yep, exactly.
Talking about.
They want guys
to all work out.
They want everyone to look the same, But whatever. Let me say right now, and I'm gonna let you talk about this actually, because you talk about Chris Hero because you have been a Chris Hero supporter for a lot longer than I have. So I'll let you handle this one, Noah.
Well, I mean, I don't know where you want me to start.
Okay, well, how about the base of the fact that Chris Hero has been said for years, since 2008 probably, maybe even longer, that he's had the look for WWE, the mic skills for WWE, the ring skills for WWE.
He really is the total package. I mean, his look, it has evolved over the years and gotten to the point that he was ready when he went. But I just can't believe that they would go ahead and release a guy that he was over when they pushed him down there. He's got so many people that believed in him, And this is a guy that we've seen wrestle all over the world and have fantastic matches with everybody.
Yeah.
And like you said, he can cut an amazing promo. When I found out he was going to WWE, I was like, okay, that makes sense. There's usually a lot of guys that you question, the smaller guys.
Sami Callihan.
Yeah, and the guys that aren't great at... Even Bryan Danielson at the time, people were like, yeah, they're going to fuck this up.
Yeah.
But when I saw Chris Hero going, I thought, this is going to work. But now, they let him go, and it sucks. I feel bad for the guy,
Because he deserves it. He deserves to be a millionaire.
But I can think of about 200 matches I'd like to see from him on the indies.
Which brings me to another point, which is already PWG has already announced they're gonna have him booked for their next show, which is awesome. I love him, PWG. Him versus Adam Cole be awesome. Kyle O'Reilly, ACH, Michael Elgin, Drake Younger, Gargano. Oh my God, if he wrestles Gargano, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Just so Chris Hero is not gonna have a problem being booked, and
he'll probably go back to Japan.
I'd love to see him in New Japan. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Or how about him going to Noah and face Kenta for the title?
Exactly.
That'd be great. I really hope ROH picks him back up because they could use a guy they need a veteran right now in ROH.
I think that this would this is one of those things that in the long run is really going to help the indie scene.
Yeah.
There, Steen and the Young Bucks, those are the guys in the indie scene, really. And to have another guy like Hero to come in and
kind of help rise the other guys.
Yeah, I think that will really help.
I think so. And especially with like rumors like the American Wolves might get signed, which
is not.
Which I don't see that happening.
No. I think it's already not happened actually.
Yeah, but we'll see. But like the independent wrestling needs a guy like Chris Hero right now. We need a hero. So.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember when he first got signed, I was concerned whether or not they would use him right, and apparently they didn't.
No.
He was just one of those guys they never really gave him a fair chance, I don't think, to show what he can do. Yeah. I mean, let's take him down developmental, not even give him a chance to go up and see what he can do. Wasn't ever really given much of a character. I think he had one, but... He
was basically just a guy who threw elbows and kicks.
And his promo ability wasn't utilized. It's just, he wasn't given much of a fair chance.
He did have a really good match with William Regal down there, though, which I heard was pretty good. I actually watched it; it was pretty good. But like, here's another thing that was really baffling me. Is like they're having this whole thing right now with the Wyatts versus Daniel Bryan and CM Punk, and Chris Hero, Cash Zona, whatever, was involved in the feud with the Wyatt family down in NXT. Like, how much of a genius opportunity would it be to bring him up and have him stick in the big guns and like see what he can do? That'd been a great way to introduce him on television.
See, like, I think at worst he'd be a solid mid-carder, and it's like he can't, you can only benefit from having that.
Yeah.
Really.
Right.
So
I really don't, and I don't know. I just feel like WWE does a terrible job of priming guys. So once one feud's over, they have one ready, or they have, they're at any given time. How many guys are there that you can consider real surefire main eventers? At one time, there's like, what, 4 or 5?
4 or 5, maybe 6 if you're lucky.
It's very... Where you look at New Japan, and half the roster you could throw in.
I think, last time I counted, I think they have like 10 main eventers, like, ready in the wind.
Right, and I think that this is just an example of them dropping the ball.
And just not seeing talent when there's talent right there.
Yeah.
And
JR has come out and even said...
Yeah, they messed up.
They made a mistake.
Yeah. And, I mean, we've seen Cesaro show what he can do, and those guys were a tag team, so wouldn't it follow that if Cesaro is, I'd say he's a solid mid-carder right now.
He has the potential to rise.
He does, but you look at him and say, like, he's putting on good matches, he's doing more than what I think WWE expected of him, honestly. It would make sense that Hero probably could as well, but...
Yeah. I mean, they had the Kings of Wrestling both signed to the company, and they never used them. But the greatest tag team maybe ever in the history in the independent wrestling, and they didn't use one. Yeah.
And these are, I mean, if you put these guys together and look at them as a team, these guys are just perfect. They fit the bill of what a world class tag team. They almost remind me of like the 80s New Japan when the Gaijins were all tall and you know Johnny Ace, that long, lanky, big guys.
You look at Cesaro and Hero, like they look like monsters, like and they can wrestle like monsters, so you can make them work as like these badass heels that just beat the shit out of everyone,
Yeah.
So.
But hey,
welcome back to the Indies, Hero.
Yeah, exactly.
And one nice thing, I might actually get to meet him for once, so.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that'd be nice. All right, well, moving on to ROH. We actually have an ROH house show we're going to next week, which we're looking forward to big time.
Oh, yeah.
Because the main event is the Zombie Princess Jimmy Jacobs taking on Adam Cole for the ROH World Title. We are super hyped for this because the first show of the year from ROH was in Dearborn, and they had Jacobs and Adam Cole in a Proving Grounds match, and it was awesome.
It was such a great match.
That is still one of my favorite matches this year.
Oh, yeah.
And so I fully expect this match to be even better and be probably a top match of the year for ROH.
And the dynamic is switched.
Yes.
Yeah, that's interesting.
So I'm looking forward to that. Plus, when you got the title involved, there's always going to be more of an atmosphere surrounding the match.
I
expect
the crowd to be really hot for this match.
Yeah.
All right.
Especially since Jimmy Jacobs is in his home state.
Yeah. I think he said this is the first time he's had a ROH World Title match in his hometown since the days of Bryan Danielson being champion. I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
What, 07?
I think 07. Yeah, 07, something like that. So 5 years. Right? No, 6 years, geez. And then also in the match we have Dave Richards take on Roderick Strong in a classic rematch of their feud they've had for years, which these guys are two guys that I love seeing wrestle no matter how many times I see it happen, so I don't really care.
And it's almost impossible for them to have this combination
exactly.
have a bad match with each other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Eddie Edwards taking on Jay Lethal. They had a really great match in PWG.
But this hasn't happened in ROH yet.
No.
I don't believe so,
Which
no.
is surprising.
Yeah, and this is going to be great.
Yeah.
This has to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think you pointed this out, Noah. This is the first time we were going to see the Wolves in separate matches. Like, every time I've been to a live show, the Wolves have been as a tag team. So.
Yeah, the only time, I mean, we saw
since I started going with you guys.
Yeah, but like you said, the American Wolves, they've been in tag team matches most of the time in Dearborn. That's kind of like ROH's go-to main event in Dearborn. Yeah. But so I'm happy to see. Hopefully, we'll see a Davey match, and it's nice to see an Eddie match.
Yeah.
And these guys are two of the most consistent performers. I think Edwards is got to be the most underrated guy in wrestling.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He's
pretty
so
much,
underrated.
he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. But for whatever reason, he doesn't get the press some other guys do.
I agree.
But he's consistently great, and so is Jay Lethal.
Yeah,
so,
Jay Lethal's great.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and we also will have the television side will be on the line. Will be Matt Taven taking on the local guy Zach Gowen. Not really excited for this match,
No, I don't care for this. But
sorry, Zach.
Hopefully it's short.
Yeah, exactly. There'll be some triple threat matches. We have Bobby Fish, Tadarius Thomas, and Cedric Alexander in a match, and as well as Kyle O'Reilly taking on ACH and Caprice Coleman in a match, which should be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, these should be fun matches. There's probably be a lot of chaos in these and a lot of crazy spots. So
Yeah,
it works for me.
Yeah.
It'll be nice. It'll keep the pace quick.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, and I'm sure that it'll make the show easier to sit through.
Especially since some of these bigger matches are going to be longer. And
Elgin will be taking on Mark Briscoe. Not really looking forward to this one too much, but it should be fine.
Yeah.
It is.
It is what it is. And I'm trying to think of
Jay Briscoe.
Jay Briscoe will be defending his ROH title at the show. We're betting on. I'm thinking maybe him versus Silas Young probably, because Silas Young is signed for the show, and he's involved with a feud with Mark Briscoe right now, so probably see that happen. Or Ciampa's also signed for the show, so maybe Ciampa versus Jay Briscoe.
Awesome.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
But it might be kind of a waste to do it this early.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
But yeah.
But I love this booking. I love that they're having Jay come out on every show and defend his title.
Mm-hmm.
Really
like,
smart.
I'm still the champion. I'm still winning matches.
Sets up really well for Final Battle.
It really does.
Yeah. Kevin Steen won't be on the show though, because he's kayfabe suspension.
That's unfortunate.
That sucks.
Yeah,
but
everyone else,
maybe
literally everyone else you could possibly want to see is on the show. So and we've seen Steen a million times, but
maybe he'll make an appearance. You never know.
Yeah.
I don't think Bennett's time for this match either. So like it's a pretty good show actually, top to bottom.
Looks like they're strengthening their house shows more. This looks like they're actually trying to put together a really good card.
Yeah. Which is smart since like they don't do pay-per-views right now. Like they kind of need to be up.
And the show the next night looks very good as well.
Yeah, Adam Cole taking on ACH, which is awesome, and
tag titles. So.
Red Dragon taking on CNC, which should be fun. And I don't remember any other matches for the show. Do you remember any of those?
I don't, but I remember just looking at the card.
I thought it was an American Wolves had a match.
Maybe they do. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, then, speaking of some really good matches, we got some more from PWG. Their All Star Weekend 10 is shaping up to be a fucking stacked show.
What else is new?
Name one show that isn't.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
Point. I'm actually trying. I actually didn't write down any matches because I'm an idiot. But I think we. At least I'm honest about it. But but the addition of Chris Hero, man, that's gonna be fucking awesome. I really would like to see him and Willie Mack have another match because like they have some great chemistry together.
Yeah, Willie Mack in general needs to be pushed more.
Yeah, he does.
I believe one of the matches though was Johnny Gargano taking on Dave Richards on night 1.
That should be awesome.
Yes, that's gonna be very awesome. The Dojo Bros taking on the Interstate Machine Guns, Rich Swann and Ricochet.
That's gonna be sweet.
Which is awesome. I love seeing those teams together.
I like the Clash of Styles in that match.
Yeah.
Works perfectly.
God, I really wish I would have wrote down some matches. I completely forgot them now, so whatever. Just buy the fucking show. It's going to be awesome when it comes out. And also, PWG is doing their yearly winter sale, which is 5 DVDs for $40, which is a really good deal, so please buy some. And speaking of shows you should be buying, recently I have been watching AAW, and it is a fantastic promotion from Chicago. And I know you've been checking out a little bit too, right?
Yep, I've seen a few matches here and there. I haven't been watching the full shows, but I've been trying to catch all the high-profile matches.
Well, I've been watching a lot of it. It's like I've been watching like every show basically from this year, and there's some guys over there are really talented. Lewis Linden is a really good high flyer. He's got a lot of potential to him.
I think he has been in Dragon Gate USA before.
Oh yeah, he has. Yeah, he was on a few shows like Dark Match.
Early in.
Yeah. Juntai Miller's pretty good. I like him. He's interesting. Jay Miller, you can know him.
Oh yeah.
Matt Fidget, fantastic high flyer.
Felcher?
Fidget. Fuck off.
Inside joke.
Yeah, funny shit. Fuckers. Yes, he's really fantastic there. Silas Young is a big star there. He's really great working there. Irish Airborne's working there right now as like these top heel team or whatever, and they're actually really damn good. I kind of miss them.
They've over the years they've definitely developed into a pretty solid tag team.
Mm-hmm. They're like almost like asshole heels. Like you see like almost, I don't want to say like the Road Warriors, but like you can see like a little bit like what they're going for with that. You know what I mean?
But the guy that stands out to me the most is Shane Hollister.
Oh my god!
And what amazes me is like he's not really booked for any of the major independents.
No.
You hear his name in certain circles. Like when you hear, who should ROH bring in? One guy will always be like Shane Hollister, you know, and everybody's like, yeah. But finally being able to see some of his work, man, the guy can wrestle.
He had a few matches I've done. One is his feud with Sammy Callan, which I saw two of his matches in the Last Man Standing match, which I'll talk about in a second. But like he had some really good chemistry with Sammy. He had a fantastic match with Jimmy Jacobs, like absolutely amazing match. And the Last Man Standing match I just saw recently was one of the best Last Man Standing matches I've ever seen. Like it felt like a realistic fight. Like these two guys were just trying to beat the shit out of each other, and it was brutal, and it was awesome. And yeah, Shane Hollister is a guy that I want to see in ROH or Dragon Gate USA, preferably ROH because I like that one more. And this is a guy that needs to be going to PWG very soon. Like I think he is a guy who deserves to be a top tier talent in the future.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
And I haven't seen a lot of this promotion, but I do know they get a lot of big names too, like Davey Richards. Michael Elgin.
Davey Elgin, ACH is a big guy right there right now. Kyle, they get Colt Cabana quite a bit because Colt's Chicago guy, of course.
Right.
So yeah, and like they also had Jerry Lynn there for a little while. Tyler Black actually came out of AAW and like was a top guy before he went up to bigger and better things. So yeah, definitely check out AAW, man. They are a really, really A+ promotion. And
you showed me the one show which wasn't one of their better shows.
Yeah.
But I noticed the production they've got going on is pretty good for a promotion.
Yeah,
everything looks good. Like the quality of the camera work is pretty good.
They have some nice
the
venues
ring looks
too.
cool. The venue's cool.
Yeah, I like the venues and stuff. So I mean, definitely check them out. They got some great stuff you can look up online. If it looks like it's a good match, it's probably going to be a good match.
The one that I would recommend right now is Epic, which is their 9th anniversary show, which is really good. And Day of Defiance, that is like top to bottom, like that's an awesome show. And one of the matches include is Dave Richards taking on Mixed Martial Archie, which is one of the funniest matches I've ever seen. Like that is like a Chikara style comedy match, and it was hilarious.
Speaking of Chikara, where are you?
They're still teasing return. They've been teasing it forever, and like
I'm to the point of not caring about them going back.
So are a lot of people.
Unfortunately.
But if
I do really want them back.
Yeah.
But.
If you're in the Chicago area, check out AAW.
Yeah. And if you're not, go to smartmark.com and buy a show, because they're really good. They deserve your money. Alright, last but not least, we have to talk about New Japan, which they just had their last iPay-per-view before Wrestle Kingdom. So basically they did the
Power Struggle?
Or actually, they did one for like the tag team tournaments or whatever.
I'm not sure.
Okay, whatever. The last major one. So some things coming out of that. First of all, it is official right now. Okada versus Naito will take place at Wrestle Kingdom for the IWGP Heavyweight title. I do not know what about the Never title. Maybe it'll be a unification match. Maybe it'll be title for title. Who knows?
They probably should unify because Never title is pointless.
Yeah, it kind of is. Although Noah here likes it.
One thing I
do like the Never title, just because the matches are always good. You know, they're always, and it feels like there's a little more important. Usually it's a match on the card that I really don't care. When I read it, I'm like, I don't care. And then it comes out and it's a title match, and there's a little more atmosphere. It actually helps the match. Yeah. But it could definitely, it could go.
Yeah. But as to this match, these two guys, when Okada first won the title, he defended it against Naito, and they had an amazing match of the year contender type match.
Still have to watch that match. I gotta see it on my laptop.
Yeah, it's like not 5 stars, but it's pretty close.
I heard like 4.5 like was the average rating.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
But the big thing to talk about for this show is the fact that Naito is going in and he's not getting the reaction I think New Japan wants. Like he's getting booed from audiences against Okada, which is not really good and doesn't bode well for the idea of Naito winning the title, which I I wasn't a fan of him winning the title in the first place because I don't think you should take that belt off Okada for a while.
I just don't think Naito's the guy.
No.
Anyway.
No, he's not.
Even if Okada wasn't.
Yeah.
I just don't feel like Naito's the guy. But I think this match is going to kind of make or break it for him. I think that if it delivers and he can get the crowd behind him, then we could see a very interesting.
Because I think Okada's going to go in there playing the heel, and like he'll get the reaction from the crowd that he wants, and he'll try to put over Naito as like a top guy, but like we'll see.
Yeah, I just don't think Okada's time has come.
I think in terms of ring ability, Naito's very, very good. So,
yeah, he's good.
It has nothing to do with really his ability. It's just at this point in time, I don't buy him. Nothing's really made me buy him.
And also his just match quality is just nowhere near the level of Okada's or Tanahashi's.
Well, I mean,
which granted, like I don't think anyone is, but like if you're gonna take the belt off Okada, you better be bringing your A+ game in your shows.
I just don't think it's Okada's time to lose yet.
No, it's not.
I mean, there's still matches. We were listing
Shibata, Ishii. Would love to see another Devitt match.
I mean, you could throw in a lot of guys. Another Suzuki match
would be amazing.
Nice.
Nakamura match. Yes, we need to see that.
Awesome.
Him versus Marufuji be awesome, or Kenta, which I doubt will ever happen, but dare to dream.
Now, didn't you say that Nakamura has a match against Tanahashi? Is that right?
No. The semi-main event will be. I thought you said Marufuji. Yeah, Nakamura will be defending the IC title against Tanahashi, which is going to be a spectacle to behold.
This could be awesome.
This might very well be a match that could be better than the main event.
I could see Tanahashi winning the belt.
I could too.
That'd be an interesting, because like he's a guy that you would like to put the belt on him because the IC titles, the Intercontinental title is supposed to be developed to kind of like elevate the guys into the main event role, and Tanahashi's a guy who can do that very, very well.
Definitely.
Other matches signed right now. Prince Devitt will be defending the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title against Kota Ibushi, which is
guaranteed.
Oh my God. Yeah. Kind of sad that we're like that a year ago it was basically the same match but with Loki, and kind of sad to see that Loki's no longer there.
Yeah.
But oh well, Loki.
Not staying up nights though.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, these are two of the best high flyers in the world for sure.
Yeah, and no question.
Devitt's just been so awesome as a heel too. So
yeah, and I like that Ibushi's basically bringing out the old Devitt wrestling ability, where it's like he just is having these spectacular sequences of moves with him, and like I like Devitt as a heel, but like need to see some flashiness, a little bit. Also looking to be signed. Like these are not confirmed matches, so don't quote us on it. Will be a 4-team match for the IWGP Junior titles, which will be, we didn't talk about this, the Young Bucks won the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles, which is awesome for them.
Really?
No team in the world deserves it more than those guys.
No.
But think about this right now. They are now the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles, the Dragon Gate USA Open, the United Gate title champions, and the PWG Tag Team champions. They're the champions in 3 different promotions.
All the gold.
They are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So, still waiting for those ROH World titles to get around their waist, because they deserve that.
And this is really a big deal because they've needed a new team in that junior heavyweight tag division for so long, and this is the best team they could have gotten for it. Really, they're perfect for it.
Yeah, they're rock stars, man.
Yeah.
So anyway, they will be defending their titles against Time Splitters, Forever Hooligans, and Taka Michinoku and Taichi, most likely. Not confirmed yet, so don't quote us on it yet.
This should be a lot of fun.
That should be an awesome match. That's a match like I would love to see.
But even if they just defended against like Hooligans or Time Splitters, which is a really likely thing to happen, those matches would be awesome too.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll see the IWGP titles brought to Final Battle also.
That would be awesome. That would be really cool. Maybe if they defended against Adrenaline Rush, that'd be kind of cool. Big up. Give ACH and TD a chance to shine.
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah. Also mentioned that could be signed probably Bad Luck Fale versus Toki Makabe, which would be fine, I guess. Nice big man match, I guess.
Match number 2.
Yeah. Shibata versus Goto is rumored to happen again, which
if that can happen, that should happen at Wrestle Kingdom.
Yeah.
And it would be amazing.
Yeah. And KES will probably be defending the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles against the winner of the Tag League tournament, which is going to be coming up pretty soon. Like that's what they do till the end of the year. So that's a pretty solid card right there, and there's still a lot of guys that have not been given matches, like Suzuki and Ishii. I know aren't booked yet. Tenkoji, I don't know what they're doing yet.
Yeah,
so.
Suzuki.
Yeah, I said Suzuki, didn't I?
Sorry.
So, but yeah, Wrestle Kingdom might be another match of the year or show of the year contender for next year. Which
I don't know if they can match last year though.
That was pretty
tall or
that'd be a very tall order.
this
So.
year, yeah.
Would you guys be interested in maybe staying up and watching that?
Sure.
Possibly.
Okay. I just like to order a New Japan show and watch it live. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, you definitely be checking out that show and stay tuned for more of our reviews we'll be having out. Probably we'll probably doing a show about the ROH house show.
Yep. So we got that coming up. Survivor Series is coming up.
Oh boy. Yeah, can't wait for that fucking show. All right, guys. Well, take care. Thank you for joining us. Bye.